The DAZN Boxing Show comes from Sheffield this week as Dalton Smith headlines for the first time in his home city. The Thunder is hunting down a British super lightweight title with fellow local lad Samo Mason standing in his way. There's also an intriguing undercard on a big night of next-gen action in the Still City. Big night for this young man on Saturday, who headlines for the first time in his home city of Sheffield. He fights for the vacant British super lightweight strap against Samo Mason. That young man is Dalton Smith. Dalton, before we talk about Samo Mason, you must be on cloud 9 right now. You fight for the vacant British title. You fight in front of your home fans in your home city. Talk to me about that. You must be feeling really good right now.
Yeah, life's good at the minute. It's come a lot sooner than I expected. But my first deadline in my hometown. And you know what? The city's got behind me, and the tickets what have gone out, and the place will be sold out on Saturday. So I'll be on cloud nine when I'm making that ring walk.
Dalton, obviously there will be a level of excitement fighting in front of your home fans. Are there any nerves though? I've spoken to a few fighters and they've always preferred to fight away rather than at home, just because the home fans are expecting them to win, expecting them to get the knockout. They're going to be expecting you to do exactly the same thing. Are there any nerves approaching Saturday night?
I always said there's only as much pressure as you put on yourself, and that's in your own mind. But I think when you picture yourself in these fights and headlining in your own town, you visualize it for so many years. So when it comes, you've already kind of been there in a way. But to be honest, I don't feel like there's no pressure. Maybe there should be, but there's more excitement than pressure. Do you know what I mean? It's at the end of the day, it's just another fight. It's another day at the office, and that's all I've got to do.
It's nice to hear you say that. It really is to hear that. It's just another day at the office, and you're not padding, you're not scared, or not scared's a silly word, but nervous or anxious in any way, shape, or form. What do you feel Sam brings to the table? I mean, he's got a little bit of experience over you, Dalton, but what else do you feel that he brings to the table?
Obviously, he's got that experience. He knows his way around the ring. He's been around the block. So, but you've got to look at Sam's record. He's been inactive the last 3 years, and the years he's been active, that's where I've turned professional and got to where I'm at. So the momentum's with me, and they say he can carry power. He's got this. Look at my record. There's only 2 what's not gone the distance, but Sam's got all of his, his good knockouts in his early career when he was coming through the ranks, and obviously the levels aren't as good. So, to be honest, Sam's a good fighter. He can box. He originally came from the Ingles, so his skills and his boxing ability, it's all there. But I just feel like I've got everything more than him.
Have you ever sparred with him, Dalton, being, he's from similar area, but have you ever sparred or come across him at all?
I actually sparred him about 5 years ago when I was on GB at the time. He came down, and yourself, like, when you spar someone good or you feel like someone punches hard, that always sticks in the back of your mind. But when you've not had that spar, you can't really get any thoughts, or I've got no recollection, whatever the word, recollection. Yeah, of the sport. Obviously, I remember the sport, but it was nothing what makes me think, I've got to be wary of this, wary of that. But I know, obviously, after the sport, what Sam thought of me. So I know they're going to be in the back of his mind.
Dalton, one thing I love about this fight is that you're fighting for the vacant British title. Now, a lot of prospects, and we've seen this, right? A lot of prospects don't go that route anymore. They don't go the traditional British, European, Commonwealth. They go the international route and go high in the governing body. I like that you're doing it, but why are you doing the British title route? Is it a belt that you've always wanted, a belt you've always garnered?
I just think that's the way boxing can be now. There's a lot of easy options, and there's many routes what can get you to the top. But I've been a young boy from 5 years old watching them Friday fight nights. The British titles were the main event. Yes. I watched the likes of Tony, your Ricky Attons, Joe Calzaghes. They've come through. They've got the British, the Commonwealth, the Europeans. I want to look back on my career, and that's what I want to achieve, because to me, that's what boxing is. My dad's always said to me, but as soon as you start thinking about the money, you're in it for the wrong reasons. Win the belts, achieve what you want to achieve, and then the money will come towards the end of your career. I'd love to have the British outright. You know, look, come to the end of my career and I've got it for keeps. But you know, for me, I'd love it for outrights. But you know, if my teams advise me, you know, it's better business to go this way, go that way, go for a Commonwealth, European or whatever. Obviously, I have to listen to them. But as a boxing fan as well, and being a fighter, you know, I want that Lonsdale belt for keeps.
I feel like with Kell Brook retiring recently, it's almost a passing of the torch to you now. For you to almost be the king of Sheffield. Do you almost feel like that it's now your turn? Yeah,
definitely. And, you know, if you look at boxing, it's 10, 15 years. And you look at the generations, what's come through in Sheffield, it's been, you know, there's been one big name, then the next one comes through. And like you said, the most recent is Kell Brook, who, you know, he was the big name in Sheffield. He's retired now, so, you know, they need someone new. They need someone to, you know, carry the torch. And, you know, that's why I'm in the position now, and, you know, I believe I'll be that next guy.
Dalton, look, they are going to try and fast track you. They are, just because you are super talented. You've come from that Team GB setup, and that's what they do with guys that have the kind of amateur record that you have. I mean, you only have to look at Josh Taylor in your division, who had kind of the same amount of fights that you had, and then they went higher immediately. Does that excite you? Do you want to be fast tracked? What's your plans for the next sort of 6 to 12 months?
You know, for me, I'd want to fight for a world title tomorrow, but, you know, you've got to be realistic. I've got my dad behind me who's, you know, he's smart, he knows the game, and he's not going to let, you know, money overpower my career. You know, it's a business at the end of the day, and, you know, possibly I could get fast tracked pretty quick, but I'm 25, I've got 10 years left. I've got no reason to rush. So, you know, we just take it. He said baby steps, but, you know, I'm boxing for the British title in my 12th fight, which I think is pretty decent going in my weight and my division. So, but, you know, we see. But my dad and my management team are the ones who guide my career.
Dalton, I've seen you up close and personal, and you're a massive 140 pounder. I look at your frame and I still don't understand how you squeeze it into 140. As you say, you're 25, you're growing. How long do you think you can stay within that 140 limit? Do you make the weight easy?
No fighter makes weight easy, but
do you make it correct?
Tony knows. Tony will know. But for me, making this weight, I don't have to kill myself. You look at every fighter they get on the scales. You know, they're a bit drawn in, they're shredded, but, you know, that's boxing. But I make the weight pretty healthy, and, you know, I can see me being at this weight for a good few years. Obviously, unless I have some big growth spurt from wherever, but I can see myself sitting at this weight for the next couple of years because, you know, I'm make it comfortable.
Dalton, I always find it difficult asking fighters to give their prediction, but I'm going to ask you anyway. How do you think the fight plays out on Saturday? I mean, look, you've had 11 fights, 9 of them have been by knockout. Do you think it goes the distance? Are you wanting to get a stoppage? What are you thinking?
Do you know, I never predict, or I never say I'm going to stop anybody, but I've just had this feeling where I feel like I'm going to get it done in 6. I don't know why. I don't. Do you know what? It's weird. I actually had a dream about 2 weeks ago, and I've had 2 dreams, right? And obviously, I'm not one for superstitions or what, but something's happening in the 6th round. I don't know what it is, but, you know, we'll see. But I'm prepared for 12 rounds. I'm fit for 12 rounds, but we'll see.
Dalton, good luck on Saturday. It should be an absolutely fantastic fight. Thank you so much as well for taking the time out to join us. I know you're a chiropractor right now, so go ahead and get your body broken in pieces a bit more before Saturday. But we wish you good luck on Saturday night. And fingers crossed, it is big, big fights for you in the future.
Oh, man, thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks, champ.
Tone, look, great to hear from Dalton Smith. Sounds confident. You know what I like about what Dalton Smith's doing is that he's going the traditional route, right? British, fingers crossed, European, Commonwealth, and then you get to that world level. Because nowadays, if we're honest, when you get a hot prospect, they kind of, you know, an international belt, they get highly ranked in a governing body, and they scrap the British level. I like the fact that he's going for a British title.
I do, but I think you're spot on, Andy, what you said. They seem to bypass now the domestic route, and they seem to bypass the traditional titles of being, you know, it was something special, and it is something special to me, a British, Commonwealth and European champion. What is wrong with that? I mean, the big belts, the big titles, they all bring status, they all bring relevance, and when you've got them belts, other people want to fight you. let's be totally and brutally honest here, no one's chasing an international bauble of any stature, of any organisation. So people do want to be British champion, people do want to be Commonwealth champion, and people do want to be European champion. So to see people chasing that kind of status, it makes me happy, it makes me proud.
Back to Dalton Smith in chasing that British title, and good luck to him as well. He's the new face of Sheffield Boxing, and Sheffield's produced so many good fighters, and it's Dalton Smith's turn now. That's the main event. The co-main event's a rematch that we saw a few months ago of Sandy Ryan versus Erica Farias. Erica, I guess, caused the upset that night. Sandy Ryan's asked for it again. She's got it again. She's going to need to be a lot better than we did see her last time, though, to get the W.
She's going to have to not show us something we haven't seen, because we've seen the class and ability from Sandy Ryan already. I just feel she's going to have to start quick, get her tactics right and correct this time, and she's going to have to put it on for us. I really do think that. I think she's going to have to, get it out of rhythm straight away. She's not going to allow us to take centre ring. She's got to be the aggressor, and she's got to be the one throwing the hard, powerful, spiteful shot, and she's got to do it from round one, Addy, in my opinion, if she's going to beat her.
Yeah, she has. It's going to be a tough ask as well. And I guess, look, you don't want to lose back-to-back fights. I mean, that's going to be a problem if she does. Look, they'll still build her because she's a great name. She's a good fighter, but it's important that she gets the W. Jordan Thompson takes a step up. A lot of people are talking about him as a potential cruiserweight world champion, maybe even going to the heavyweights. He's so big. He takes on Vasil Duka. They fight for the IBF European title. Big opportunity for Jordan Thompson. The cruiserweight division over here is a very, very good one. We all would have watched Isaac Chamberlain versus Chris Billum-Smith a few days ago. So many good cruiserweights. He wants to kind of gate crash it. Needs to win on Saturday.
Ducard is a gatekeeper who I know all about. Fought the likes of David Price, fought my man Craig Glover. He's a powerful, strong boy when he wants to have a fight. You cannot allow him to gain any momentum, but I'm not going to lie, I think Jordan Thompson is an extremely talented cruiserweight who will go on to be a world champion. I think he has fantastic natural athletic ability. I think his boxing IQ is growing all the time. The amount of work that he's doing in the gym is there for everyone to see. He'll be out and about there sparring with everyone and anyone. I really do like the look of this boy. I think he's a massive, massive talent, and I expect him, as I've said before, to go all the way, definitely.
I love that this card's billed as a next-gen card because there are so many next-gen fighters on there. Johnny Fisher's on the card, the Romford Bull. Good to see him back. Aqib Fiaz is on the card as well. Really looking forward to him. And Kieran Conway, in a risky one, Kieran Conway fights. And I say risky because Kieran Conway's scheduled to fight on the GGG versus Canelo undercard against Ammo Williams. So, you know what I say? It's risky, Tom, because you've been in fights where a cut, you can break your hand, anything could happen. He's gone such a big fight in September. Why roll the dice now? It's risky.
Activity, you want to stay busy, Addy, you want to stay in shape. I do get it, but I'm not so sure. As you know, it is a bit of a risky one, but he fancies it, and he obviously feels he's in great shape. He just wants that final tune-up before he's in front of the big lights on, that Triple G and Canelo card. It's massive. It's a huge opportunity. It's a massive chance. Don't blow it, son.
Don't blow it, son, indeed. Look, we're all back. The whole team is back this Saturday in Sheffield. Remember, it all gets underway before the bell at 4 o'clock. Chris Lloyd, Darren Barker, and then we get going at 7 o'clock. A stacked card, this one. Busy card as well. Should be a great night of boxing from Sheffield. Remember, you can only watch it live and exclusive on DAZN.
I'm going to be headlining this place, I'm going to have it packed out, and I'm excited for it. I'm big time now.
A seminal night for the Sheffield fighter. He's
one of the very best prospects in British boxing.
It's just about me progressing, bringing big nights back to Sheffield.
His reactions and his timing looks impeccable.
Wow. He is the UK's leading prospect.
Aiming at a British title fight.
Everybody knows in British boxing the Lonsdale belt is a prestige belt. Everybody wants to win it. It's my time now, and it's my opportunity to win one of those belts.
He looks something else, doesn't he?
A left hook, so there is the right hand over the top.
The uppercut is to play there, and it does land the right hand.
Terrific variety and accuracy.
Dalton Smith, you can see what the fuss is about.
You're going to see Dalton Smith shine on August the 6th. One outcome, me lifting that Lonsdale belt above my head.